Hello everyone, we are team number 2 from the group 027 of the subject Cultura Inglesa or English culture. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting and popular topic these days, artificial intelligence, its progress and advantage. So let's start with a simple question. What is artificial intelligence? I know it sounds kind of obvious, but for many people it's not. Basically, it's when a computer or a machine can do things that usually need human intelligence, like learning, solving problems, making decisions, or even understanding language. AI it's not something that appeared yesterday. The idea started decades ago in the 90s, 50s with scientists like Alan Turing asking questions like, can machines think? Since then, technology has been improved step by step. First, we had simple programs that follow certain rules. Later, we got machine learning, and today we have deep learning and systems like ChatGPT or self-driving cars. Right now, artificial intelligence is everywhere in our daily lives. Maybe you don't even notice, but I know that it's hard for young people not to notice. It's so obvious, but it's on Netflix when it recommends you what movie you should watch, on Spotify when it creates playlists especially for you, or on your phone when Siri or Alexa answers your questions. Beyond entertainment, AI is helping doctors to detect diseases faster, companies to produce things more efficiently, and schools to give personalized lessons. That's why AI is considered so important today. It saves time, reduces costs, and helps us make better decisions. And in the future, it could bring even bigger changes, like autonomous cars, smart cities, and new solutions for global problems. Of course, there are also challenges and responsibilities, but the opportunities are huge. So, this was just the introduction to our topic. My teammates will continue by explaining more details about the story, applications, and the future of artificial intelligence. So, stay with us.
Hello class, my name is Rene and I'm going to talk about the AM time limit, some of the most important advances that this tool has been getting by decades. So we're going to get started with the decade between the 40s and the 50s. In the year of 1943, McCulloch and Pitts designed the first mathematical model of an artificial neuron. Then, in the year of 1950, Alan Turing proposes the famous Turing test in his article, Computing Machinery and Intelligence. Then we have the birth of the AI since the year of 1956 to the 1960. So in this year, this term artificial intelligence is coined at the Dartmouth Conference by John McCarthy. And then we get the first programs capable of playing chess and solving math problems, such as a calculator, by example. Then we advance further into the decade between the 70s and the 80s with the first AI winter. So the initial enthusiasm cools due to technical limitations and the lack of computing power. But some expert systems are developed capable of making decisions in some specific areas. Then we go to the decade between the 80s to the 90s with the resurgence of this technology. So we have the rise of expert systems in industry. Then Japan promotes the 5th generation computers project and more sophisticated machine learning algorithms emerge. So in the decade between the 90s and the 2000s, we get the first public successes. In the year of 1997, IBM Deep Blue defeats the world chess champion Garry Kasparov. Then an expansion of an AI, speech recognition, and search engines in the internet. Well, in the much modern decade of the 20s to the 10s, the big data machine learning started. Some massive availability of data and cheaper computing gets in the market. We get advances in deep neural networks, such as deep learning. And in the decade between the 10s and the 20s, AI get in the everyday life. So in 2012, deep learning revolution with convolutional networks, ImageNet, we get the emergence of virtual assistants such as Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, etc. The AI enters areas such as self-driving cars, such as Tesla. We get medicine and machine translations. And in the decade of the 20s to the present, we get the expansion of generative AI, text, images, music, and video. In the year of 2022, we get the first glance of AI with ChatGPT and some more advances that we get. So this was some sort of timeline, and we go to the next topic.
Hi, my name is Gretel Spiricueta, and today I'm going to talk about something that is already part of our daily lives, even if we don't always notice it: artificial intelligence in everyday life. Virtual assistants. Let's start with virtual assistants like Siri, Google Assistant, or Alexa. They were thanks to artificial intelligence and are designed to answer questions, set reminders, control smart devices, or even recommend music. What's really interesting is that they are becoming more human-like in the way they interact, making conversations with them feeling natural and easy. Automatic translation. Another very common example is automatic translation. I'm sure you use Google Translate, DeepL, or even built-in translators in messaging apps. This tool allows AI to turn text from one language into another in just seconds. Of course, they are not perfect, yet sometimes they miss cultural expression or technical words, but they have made traveling, studying, and communicating with people around the world much easier. Recommendation in apps and streaming. A point we all know very well is recommendation in apps streaming platforms. For example, when Netflix suggests a new series, Spotify credits a playlist for you, or YouTube shows you exactly the video you want to watch. All of this is powered by AI systems that analyze your past behavior and predict what you may like next. Personal productivity. Now, one of the biggest impacts of AI is on personal productivity. Today, we have tools that can write drafts, create summaries, sort emails, and even help you organize our daily tasks. This saves you time and lets us focus on what really matters. However, it also challenges us to avoid over-depending on technology and to keep practicing our own skills. As you can see, artificial intelligence is no longer something from the future. It's already here and is with us every day. From the moment we ask for a song, translate a message, or watch our favorite series, we are interacting with AI. The important thing is to use it curiously, to take advantage of its benefits, but also to understand its limits.
Hello, it's a pleasure to greet you. For my part, I'm going to talk to you about the future prospects of artificial intelligence. We're going to see how it's expected to evolve and what changes it could bring both personally and professionally. The future of artificial intelligence is shaping and to be more integrated into everyday life and work with significant advances in artificial general intelligence capable of imitating human understanding and in the creation of automated and personalized content. Of course, along with these advances, important challenges also arise. Ethic- Ethical security and sustainability, as well as the need for regulatory frameworks to guide its development and avoid negative consequences. In education, AI is already leaving a very positive mark. Today, it enables personalized learning, the automation of administrative tasks, the creation of adapted content, and improved access to education for more students. We have versus all tutors, intelligent assistant, automated grading tools, and assistants that detected the needs of each student, optimizing the entire teaching learning process. To conclude, the future vision of artificial intelligence is hopeful. Let's imagine a world where AI not only solves technical problems but also drives advances in healthcare, education, and sustainability. A future where medical diagnoses are more accurate, where every student learns with personalized support, and where technology gets a better care for our planet. Artificial intelligence doesn't see to replace us but rather to accompany us in empowering our creativity and freeing us from routine tasks so we can focus on what truly matters. If developed ethically and responsibly, AI will be the great ally in building in a more
Hi, everyone, and welcome to this section of this video podcast, whatever you want to call it, naming how AI is reshaping industry and economy. As you all may know, we would like to explore how technology is changing the way we live, the way we work, and the way we invest. So today I'm gonna dive in something that is not just buzz anymore, because it's here. AI is here, and AI is changing the industry and the economy. And I will give you some real cases that shows how AI is already transforming our world. So we go for the case number one, BMW. So, we dive into the automotive industry as BMW uses AI powered systems on its production lines to inspect parts using computer vision, optics. So the systems detect even the smallest defects faster than any human could, preventing to have future problems in the SA And the result is just that: less waste, lower costs, and higher quality vehicles, all driven by automation and smart algorithms. But yeah, as we speak about money, let's go and jump straight into finance. The case number two is JP Morgan Chase. As you may know, this is an investment company, specifically in banking, as they developed a program called Coin, just as the coin, that can analyze legal documents and extract critical data in seconds. A task that used to take lawyers over 360,000 hours annually. That massive efficiency, it's changing how banks handle compliance, loans, and contracts, how they analyze it. And speaking about time efficiency, let's talk about energy. So our case number three is Shell. As you may know, this oil company, it uses AI in predictive maintenance. Shell uses AI and machine learning to predict when the equipment that they use, like drilling rings, may fail. So this saves millions by preventing downtime. As you know, downtime is costs money for every single company that takes it, and in that way reduces the risk of environmental damage. Imagine knowing something before actually happens. Now, trying to prevent that something breaks. Right, that's the power, the